We're going to take a minute now on this last prep preview show to get an update from Park High head football coach Rick Fryklund. Remember, he decided that his team would wear the Guardian caps on their helmets in all their football games this season. They were the first team in Minnesota to make that decision.
Get your gear on!
Park coach Rick Fryklund said this in August after making the decision his team would be the first in Minnesota to wear the Guardian caps in football games.
The over-under is 1,000 emails that first week that you're about to get saying how stupid it looks.
Mushroom helmets, we call them.
Kind of like a padded mushroom looking thing.
There was immediate reaction, people wondering about what Park was doing, but not long after that.
People stopped noticing them, to be totally honest. My boosters, my parents, everyone says, you know, we noticed them for the first game or two. And then after that, we're just kind of watching the game like normal and doing what we normally do. I had less coaches ask me about it because they kind of knew what was coming and going on. But a couple of the 6A coaches in our little, pregame conversations, they were saying, I don't think you'll be the only team in the state of Minnesota to do what you're doing next year. So
can you tell us anything about the impact on wearing those caps as far as injuries are concerned?
Yeah, we're in the process of doing that right now, just compiling all the data and trying to find out if something occurred in a practice and if it occurred during a game. So we don't have that information to share quite yet. My trainer and I are putting that all together. No cap ever came off. They did pop up and need to be pulled down, but no cap ever came off. And it was never a nuisance for anybody. We never had to stop a game or take a player out of a game because the Guardian cap came out. It didn't, and we're an offense that we like to play very, very fast, and we never had to slow down because of that. And then no one ever had to come out of a game on defense or special teams because they were having an issue with their cap. One really interesting thing is after week 3, we actually had a young man that got a really bad concussion last year, and his parents wouldn't let him play, and they saw the news story and they decided to let him come back and play football again. So it was a lot of fun to see a real world example of a parent saying, you know what, they're clearly doing the things to make this game as safe as it can. My son would really like to participate. I'm going to allow that because I know that they are taking those steps.
Happy you did this?
Absolutely. I am happy.
And the reason is?
I don't mind being the first to try something new. I don't mind being the first to tell people, here's what our experience was. Really, there's so much going around about the game of football in general being safe or not, that if I can do something to keep this great game around, I'm going to do it. And if I can do something that I know won't hurt student athletes and might make parents a little more amenable to having their son or daughter try out football, then I want to do that.
And you got to give him credit for making that decision. He said the Guardian Cap Company told him a week after our story aired in late August that 3 big football programs in Minnesota ordered Guardian caps for their programs for practice only, but we'll have to see what happens next year.
You know, what's interesting to me in this is how the process of change works. Human beings by nature are often resistant to change, even if it's only at a subconscious level, because it entails being different.
Right.
But by Fryklund's own account, people stopped noticing what was different because what was different soon became the normal. It's a testament to being courageous enough to ignore being obviously different in the interest of enacting good change.
And I think we will see a lot of teams making that decision.